Comfy House. I'm here today with Ashton. He is one of our friends and he is a travel card guru, travel card hacking guru. So recently, Andre and I went to St. Lucia for my 30th birthday and we only paid $100 for the flight. And you want to know why? Because we had points on our credit card. So we earned points on our credit card. So if you want to learn more about travel hacking and what it entails, keep watching this video. I'm here today to interview Ashton because he seems to be an expert at this, or a guru, or just always researching. So I heard about travel credit card hacking. Can you please tell us about travel credit card hacking and what it is?
Yeah, sure. The average American spends about $2,000 a year in travel. Depending on the size of the family, that can vary. But I think it's beneficial for anyone that wants to travel at all, whether it's within the continental U.S. or if it's international. Biggest thing is because you can eliminate that cost by something that a credit card company would give you anyway, just for having the card. So if it's something that you can see yourself doing, even if it's just one trip back home. I know a lot of us, we were in the military, so just going home to visit family, or just traveling outside of the U.S. just to explore Mexico, kind of whatever. I think it's beneficial for anyone that would want to do it.
I am into travel credit card hack. That's how I was able to pay for my flights to St. Lucia for $100. So that's good. What is churning, and is it the same as travel hacking?
So it's not the same. They typically get intertwined in the general population, general community. So what credit card churning is opening up credit cards, getting the rewards, the values by doing spending, or some people do manufactured spending or whatever to hit the minimum spend. And once they're done with it, they close it and then they reset. And they do this over and over with different credit card systems. It's a lot of credit card companies don't do it, or they don't like it, and a lot of them are getting away from that. So they're penalizing people that now do the churning. So they'll claw back points, or they'll make it to where now you can't open the same credit card within a certain amount of time, or you can only get the bonuses once throughout the life of the card. So they're eliminating churning. It was really popular at one point, but now only a few cards you're kind of able to pull it off. Travel hacking is, in my opinion, a way that you can maximize the amount of points that are given to you through the credit card company, and ultimately end up traveling for free. So if, let's say, I open up an American Airlines credit card and they give me 60,000 points, 60,000 points is pretty much 2 round-trip tickets anywhere in the U.S. And if I use that card, get the minimum spend or whatnot, I know that I can't get those points again for a long period of time. So I may use that card and then use the benefits that come with that card over the long term. So they're similar, but they're pretty different. One is encouraged and the other not so much.
Which bank offers the best travel credit cards?
That's subjective, depending on the individual and their situation, and where they spend the most money. The 2 big players right now are American Express and Chase. So those 2 are the key players in this space. Citi, I want to say it's Citi, does a pretty good job as well, but they don't really compare when it comes to systems like the Chase system or the American Express system. I do know of people that use both. I myself use American Express. I prefer their cards for several different reasons, but that question would be very specific to the individual. Like I said earlier with the gold card, I tend to use it for groceries, and we dine out a lot. Those are 2 of our biggest spend categories, other than our home expenses. So for us, we can gain the most points in that system over the Chase system.
Can I really fly for free, or is it a scam?
It's definitely not a scam. It's pretty close to free. So the only expenses you would pay would most likely be taxes or any airline fees associated with that card, or with the travel itself. So give you an example. We trip scheduled to London in April, and the tickets were completely covered. And I think we paid, $70 in taxes. But the round trip tickets to London would have been $1,300, and we managed to do it all with American Express membership reward points.
Okay, so people really do fly for free.
Or
cheap, very cheap.
I mean, it's about as cheap as you can get it. It's like getting a coupon. You go to the store, and I don't know if the coupons cover taxes. Do coupons cover taxes? You have to lock your ass in there and pay 17 cents for a cup of water.
I don't fly or stay in hotels very often. Should I still travel?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. So even if you don't fly or stay in hotels often, points can be used for other things too. So there's a lot of people that are in a separate space that's not necessarily travel hacking, but a lot of people do the same thing, but they use it in cash. So I'll give you an example. Under the American Express system, there's several different platinum cards, right? There's the standard platinum card, there's the business platinum card, there's the Ameritrade platinum card, there's the Charles Schwab platinum card, and all of these have their own separate bonuses. If you have the Charles Schwab card, all of the points that you have, you can transfer every point and translate it into cash. So the transfer rate is 1.25 cents per point. So you're gaining more than a penny per point that you would have earned. So there's some people too that get the cash rewards, or that's what they call them, cash rewards. And they basically cash them out at the end of the month, at the end of the year. They invest them, kind of whatever, if they're not into travel.
So it's worth it.
Yeah, because you can turn those points into cash, You can take smaller trips that you may not have otherwise have taken if, you didn't have those points. You can stash them, you can buy gifts around Christmas time. You can go into the, certain little systems and order corny gifts for people. Saks Fifth Avenue is one of the platinum things. You go in there, buy drawers and bras. And
platinum things.
It's a platinum thing.
I have to get on the platinum level.
Yeah, that platinum level.
Okay.
Just wait till we go to a Lakers game. It's legit. You see what that platinum level's about.
Okay.
Platinum nosebleed seats, be up in the box.
I always wanted to be in the box.
Oh shit, let's do it. It's so cheap. Y'all got points? Let's go to LA.
I'm trying to build my credit score. Should I get into hacking?
Yes and no. So a good credit score is subjective depending on who you talk to. To get into travel hacking in the American Express or Chase system, I would recommend having at least a 700 credit score. 680, 700 should be able to get you into most systems. Chase is a little bit more strict. They're usually 700 and above. I would probably even wait until you get around 720, just because they're more of a big bank. They tend to deal in a lot more than just credit cards. American Express, most of their money is made in the fees that they charge vendors. So they really encourage people, even if it's at a lower level, to get those credit cards. So, you can start with the Everyday Preferred. You can start with, the green card, the gold card, just kind of get yourself into the system. And another cool thing with the American Express cards is a lot of times, a lot of their cards are charge cards. So they don't really have hard limits. And if you did ever have to carry over a balance, or you wanted to put something on in your closing date, or your statement date, is what they call it. So your statement date would close. It doesn't affect your credit and utilization. So it almost acts as like a soft loan that you just have to pay the full balance on. So I would say in general, you should have good credit. You don't need great credit. You definitely don't want a lot of delinquencies. You don't want anything crazy, bankruptcies and things like that. Just the basic stuff to get a credit card anyway.
Do I have to carry a balance on a credit card?
I recommend you don't. I would recommend that you try not to carry a balance on your credit card. There are strategies to that, to where you can carry over balances. A lot of people, they open and close credit cards based on the interest rate. They make it like a 12-month interest-free interest rate, and they just roll over balances, so they never have to pay interest on loans. That's not really what travel hacking is all about. That's a completely different credit card strategy that a lot of people use. But I would recommend that you only spend what you're able to pay off every single month. That's ideal. And that way you don't end up in debt trying to travel for free when essentially you're going to end up paying back what you got for free in interest. Because most credit cards don't love you back when it comes to interest. They're 20-ish, 28% interest rate. So you tend to lose that.
And thank you for giving us your expertise today. I think you taught us a lot, and I want to get into credit card hacking, want to get into hacking. I am into hacking, but I'm speaking as the audience.
Right, for sure.
I need to be more into hacking. I can do better. Like, I think with our travel credit card, So I appreciate your expertise and coming out to show your intelligence about hacking. So thank you. And that's it. So this is the first video of the Money Talk series. So if you're interested in learning more about different topics, keep watching and stay tuned.